All right, let's do this goddamn thing. You know what I mean? Let's do this tier list of Maine celebrities. I got 10. You know what I mean? There's probably other celebrities out there that are deserving of this list. A couple of them, like let's see, we got Milton Bradley, which was sort of a surprise for me. Kind of boring though. It's like whatever, who cares? But he created the game Life, and you know what I mean. Life is a goated board game, so I feel like if he was born in like some fucking podunk town, like I'm gonna look it up again. Where was it? It was like somewhere insane. Didn't even know people lived. Milton Bradley, born, Ron, Kennebec County. Oh, Vienna. Yeah. So this motherfucker who creates Life just was born in Vienna in 1836. It's like, what? Nothing's happening in Vienna right now in 2023. What the fuck is it? Is it 2024? Yeah, right? Yeah, nothing's happening in Vienna in 2024. This motherfucker was out here being born in 1836. And then going off and creating the game Life. So I guess we'll start with him. His old ass. And you know, here's the thing. You know what I mean? He's not like you don't just automatically think I'm gonna make myself bigger, because why wouldn't I? You know what I mean? I'm here. You don't think Milton Bradley and then immediately think Maine. So you know what I mean? We gotta think about this. However, he created Life, which is like, you know, it's like Monopoly Life. I'm a Monopoly guy. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pick Monopoly over Life, but it is like, damn, it's a big game. I'm gonna go C right now. Professor Penis in the chat. Donnie is number 1, which is so interesting that you say that, because I tried to get him on the stream today, no response. So I didn't even put him on the list. You know what I'm saying? I go, you know what I mean? You leave me hanging? You don't even make the cut, bud. Okay, you're on the JV team. Okay, so that's Milton Bradley. Let's get the boring ones out of the way first. Who's this? Fuck, I forget. Oh, E.B. White. Who did Charlotte's Web? E.B. White. Right? Charlotte's Web. Anybody know? Making a game like that and being in Maine makes sense. I feel like there's like not a lot going on in Maine for him to, you know what I mean? All those different angles. Charlotte's Web. E.B. White. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Nailed it. That's right. You paid attention in school. Okay. Yeah. So this is E.B. White. He did. Yeah. I mean, classics, right? Charlotte's Web. What else did he do? I think he did. Didn't he do another book? E.B. White. Trumpet and the Swan. So he started off. Oh, Stuart Little. Okay, I was gonna say Stuart Little, classic. Charlotte's Web with a sophomore banger, and then Trumpet of the Swan, which obviously is when he started his slump era, because who the fuck knows what Trumpet of the Swan is, and who cares? But you know what I mean. Stuart Little and Charlotte's Web. You know, those are big. I don't know. Let's see. It's like, who cares? These are just old farts. Nobody cares about these losers. Dork, loser. Oh, I created a board game, and I wrote like of the one of the best novels of all time. Whatever. Nerd, loser. Let's get to the hot people. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh yeah, you wrote Charlotte's Web. Whatever, nerd. We're trying to get to the hot people, like Lee Nelson. Hello, hunk alert. Someone hit the hunk alert. I gotta get an alert here. We get a alarm sound effect. I mean, it's, you know what I mean. It's kind of taking us out a little. Oh, it's gotta come on. Oh, wrong alarm. That's all wrong. It's all wrong. Let's see where to go. Yeah, okay. So Lee Nelson, you know him, you love him. He's bringing the news. He's bringing the weather, and now he's bringing the fuckability. You know what I mean? He's bringing the sexual tension. I wish I could make this like bigger. I guess I can like this. Look at that. What the heck? That dude's like, I think he's like fucking 60. I mean, he's got to be on he's got to be on TRT. You know what I mean? He's got to be on some sort of performing enhancing drugs because I've never had abs like that in my life. And he's just bronzed up, man. Holy shit. Lee Nelson. What the fuck, dude? Why you got to do it to him like that? Lee Nelson, New Center, Maine, which is classic. If we're gonna go, if we're gonna do a tier rank inside of the tier rank of best Maine news stations, WCHS, especially with Storm Center back in the day with that fucking music, dun 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 dun, that shit fucking slapped very hard. So they're obviously S tier. I think Lee Nelson, because of the sexuality, you know what I mean, the sexual nature of him, his I'm talking about the abs, the pecs, and he's like a silver, you know what I mean, he's a silver god, silver daddy. He's got to go A tier at least. Who is he? He's the anchor for Channel 6 News for like 30 years, and he never looked like that. You know what I mean? Lee Nelson, Channel 6. I think now it's just going to all be images of him with his shirt off. But I'm trying to see, like, look at this fucking goober. You know what I mean? Nerd alert. What the hell? Nerd alert. And then something happened. I don't know who any of these people are. And then all of a sudden, this happened. What the heck? Dude went from, you know what I mean, Goober City, Goober Town, Maine, and then I don't know. He did something, and now he looks like this. Now he's a hunka burning love. You know what I mean? Dude's ripped. Dude's hot. You know what I mean? This in the forecast. I'll tell you what's in the forecast. Lee Nelson with a hot front. You know what I mean? Steaming up the joint. Yeah, so we're going Lee Nelson. We're gonna go him A tier because he's, you know what I mean. He's a classic. Lee Nelson is a classic Maine anchor, holding it down for 30 years on News Center, Storms, and I love Storm Center. Dun 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 dun. Actually, let's get some of that Storm Center music in the background. That's like fucking. That's where it's at. Let's see, and we got the storm. We got the snow background. If you don't know, the song, you will. Because it was Storm Center, Maine. Yeah, Storm Center, Maine was like the channel to watch to see if you were going to have school off. They had the little ticker down below. Let's see. Yeah, got to crank it a little bit. Dude, this is probably what Lee Nelson worked out to all the time, dude. He's in the gym doing crunches. Where is he? This is what he puts on. If you work out to that song, you get this body. Proven. Lee proved it. Anyways, that fucking song goes so fucking hard. I gotta close some of these tabs. Let's go. Come on, get out of here, you. I don't want to close one on Lee Nelson because we might want to go back to that. You know what I mean? I want to just dip back in and just kind of see what his body's up to. Okay, Joshua Chamberlain. Here's another Joshua Chamberlain. You know what I mean? Goated. Civil War. Battle of Little Bighorn. Is that right? Little Bighorn. I do know. Here's a Joshua Chamberlain fact, and this is right off the top of the dome. He was one of the last people to die from an injury that happened during the Civil War. I think he might have been the last. I don't know, but he got shot in one of the battles right in the dick. And that's not a joke. This motherfucker got like, and you know what I mean? You're talking Civil War musket like ball, you know what I mean? That's not like a clean in and out, enter and exit. This motherfucker got hit and went right in the dick, into the bladder. I don't know if it came out, but he like then had to piss out of I don't know, some sort of bag for the rest of his life. And again, this is, oh, did I say Civil War? Yeah, Civil War. Civil War times where they obviously didn't have anything, medically good. People were just like dying all the time. You can see the room where he consummated his marriage. Interesting. There's a plaque commemorating his sensualities, and that's downtown Brunswick. I guess you can go into the room and you can sort of feel the sex appeal of Joshua Chamberlain, who had a piss bag until he died. And I think, and then that injury ended up getting infected, and I think that's what gave him like I don't know, pneumonia or some shit, and then he died. But you know, he won for the, you know what I mean? He won it for the North. So I got, honestly, I wasn't expecting it, but Joshua Chamberlain is S tier. One, Brunswick love, you know what I mean? From Brunswick, same as Joshua Chamberlain. He was a professor, or he was like the president of Bowdoin, which who cares, you know what I mean? Fuck Bowdoin. But he won the Battle of Little Big Top or Little Round Top, I can't remember. And he was played by Jeff Bridges in the movie Gettysburg. So again, goated. Let's go Judd. Let's see, Judd Nelson. Judd Nelson. Judd Nelson of what's the stupid fucking movie? Breakfast Club. Judd Nelson of Breakfast Club fame. I don't really know anything. I have no fun anecdotes, no fun little stories, little tips, little tricks. I got nothing on Judd Nelson. Let's see where was he born? Judd Nelson born. Oh, he's born in Portland, and he looks like a homeless person now. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what else he did. He did Breakfast Club. Let's check his IMDb. What was the last? Or he's just riding the coattails of Breakfast Club for 30 years now. No, not biography. I want to see his. New Jack City, St. Elmo's. Okay. New Jack City. So yeah, a whole bunch of nothing. Anyway, yeah, he was in he was in Breakfast Club. That's what he did, and he did it well. Hate to do it to you, Judd. We're gonna go D tier. Patrick Dempsey, speaking of sexy man, sexiest man alive this year, or 2023. Honestly, if we're gonna be real here, if you try to put Lee Nelson against Patrick Dempsey, my money's on Lee. I mean, the glow up is just insane. You know what I mean? Patrick Dempsey, Grey's Anatomy. He lived in Harpswell or something. I mean, he is a superstar. Stephen King. I mean, S tier. Carrie. Carrie, I think, is actually the only Stephen King book that I've ever read. You know what I mean? I've seen all the movies. I actually read the book Carrie. So, you know what I mean? And this is after school, just on my own as a human being who just picked up a book to read it, just to be like, hey, I'm a book reader. Cujo, Pet Sematary. You know what I mean? The list goes on. And there was a really cool show in the 80s that he did that was like short stories that he wrote. And I think that he it was kind of like the Crypt Keeper. Like he would introduce like Tales from the Crypt. He would like introduce these like spooky mini things. Stephen King. show. And he would do cameos in the introduction of the episodes, or he'd like be in them, and he's like such a bad actor, but you know, fuck it. I mean, he made the shit, and I think he was on a lot of cocaine when he wrote all those books, which is fun. So he's going S tier. Chris Elliott. Oh fuck. Oh no, it won't let me. It must be like a weird JPEG or something. No, I gotta get a new one because Chris. I mean, we gotta give our respects to Chris Elliott. Cabin Boy, hello. Maybe one of the greatest movies of all time. Chris Elliott is S tier, hands down, without a doubt. Images. That's a good pick. I gotta put the chill music back on. Excuse me while I just go ahead and do this off screen. Chris Elliott needs his own. He needs an icon. He is an icon, and he deserves an icon. Desktop, motherfucker. Make it more confusing. Dead air. What the fuck is this? All right, whatever. Safe. All right, let's see if we can do this. Add Chris Elliott, who is also a guest star in one of my favorite TV shows of all time, Last Man on Earth. He was fucking amazing in that. I mean, Cabin Boy is just classic. Okay, yeah, we're back. All right, we're good. VIP. Chris Elliott, S tier. I mean, I would put Chris Elliott against any comedic actor from any state. Dude rules. Now, here's where we're going to get a little controversial. We're going to get very controversial here because this is Bob Marley. And, you know, classic, you know what I mean? Classic Maine comedian, up to camp, the whole thing. It's just, I got to be honest. This is war. I am starting war right now with Bob Marley. We're going F tier. Okay? That's right, Uncle Bobby. I put him in the F tier. It sucks. He sucks. It's bad. I mean, very obviously successful. You know what I mean? A lot of people in Maine like his shtick. But I got to say, I'm not one of them. F tier. It's war. Wartime. It's official. And then Anna Kendrick. We got to go. Here's the deal with Anna Kendrick. You know, I'm going to put Anna, and I'm talking to you now. I'm going to put you at C, and only because the year was 2003. It was opening weekend for the movie Chicago. I drove there in my mom's Silver Mercury Cougar to meet a date who I met at an after-school thing called Yes to Youth, a girl by the name of Anna. We made plans. We're going to meet at the Falmouth Regal Cinema 10, go see Chicago. I went in the theater, nobody there. Came out of the theater, nobody there. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? There was no cell phones back then. It could have been maybe it was a different date, but there was no way. The only thing that you could do is like call a fucking landline and talk to somebody. But I had already left the house. I was in, you know what I mean? I was in Falmouth. Imagine what my life could have been if Anna Kendrick showed up to that date to see Chicago. I had to, and the real crime is I had to watch Chicago. Because that movie sucks. I only watched half of it. So I was pissed. So Anna Kendrick snubbed me, stood me up on a date, which is why she could have been S tier, could have been the love of my life. We could have a beautiful family right now. You know what I mean? You, a major Hollywood actress. Me, streaming on Twitch to one person. You know what I mean? Love works in mysterious ways, baby. But no, you ditched me in 2003 for the premiere opening of Chicago. I never heard from you again. So, you're getting C-listed.